Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rabakakodash, double understanded apostles, a great millstone, and do well. Peace, love, and blessings also to you, brothers on the highways and byways, giving all diligence to make your calling and election sure, and also blessings to the very few sisters out there listening, learning, and believing. I'm the affiliate with Kanakla, coming at you once again with another lesson, Lord's will through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is lessons edifying and exhorting. All right, and basically, going into prophecy, which is the downfall of America, aka Babylon the Great, aka Egypt, okay, is one of the main avenues of the ministry, the destruction and the downfall of this kingdom, okay? So here it is, as you can see here from RT. It says Biden signs 1.7 trillion spending bill. The omnibus funding package devotes more than $850 million to the military. Okay, and as you know, America is trillions of dollars in debt. Okay, so here it is, signing another bill, basically writing another check for 1.7 trillion. So if you think your gas prices and the cost of living, your food prices is high now, all right, this is going to increase that even more. All right, your taxes are going to go up even more, okay, because that's who's paying for this, the taxpayers. Okay, you are paying for this. These checks that he's writing, you're paying for this. All right, they slowly extrapolate all this money from you by raising your taxes. Okay, so it says U.S. President Joe Biden has signed a massive 1.7 trillion spending bill into law, averting a government shutdown after weeks of partisan debate. In addition to funding federal agencies, the legislation contains measuring bearing TikTok on government devices and around $45 billion in aid to Ukraine. So another $45 billion to Ukraine. Okay, and who's paying for that? The U.S. taxpayers. While there's still homelessness in America, all right, the healthcare is trash. People are sick. Okay. People are losing jobs, losing businesses. All right. But they're saying $45 billion in aid, another $45 billion in aid to Ukraine. It says Biden announced the move in a social media post on Thursday night while still on vacation in the U.S. Virgin Islands, saying the bill would cap off a year historic progress. All right, it'll invest in medical research, safety, veteran health care, disaster recovery, Violence Against Women Act, funding, and gets crucial assistance to Ukraine, he said. Okay, so I'm not going to read too much more into this, but basically this is more destruction of the U.S. dollar, okay? So now your money is now worth even less now, okay? And that's due to these bills. So you look at these comments, all right? 32 trillion debt and skyrocketing, exactly. So everything is going to go up. The world is fooled again. The U.S. does not have 1.7 trillion. That money is borrowed from the private Federal Reserve banks. They create the money by entering numbers into a database. They create it out of thin air, all right? Once again, your dollar is going to be worth less. All right, it's really, things really going to basically, show themselves next year, okay? This is U.S. GDP is 23 trillion. This is a drop in the bucket. The performance of the U.S. stock market has been out. Oh, man. What an idiot. You got idiots on here like that. All right. So, USA printing machines will be doing overtime, more debt that the USA cannot service. So this guy talking about the economy is doing just great. This guy is a clown, man. All right. They just keep on printing. How the hell? I'm not even going to address that comment, man. Okay. The U.S. economy is doing well, but the prices of everything keep climbing. Everybody complaining about basically being broke, man. I was in the auto parts store today. Dude in there complaining. He said, "I'm tired of being broke." He said everything just keeps going up. So people are feeling it. People feeling the squeeze, but the U.S. economy is doing just great. Maybe he was being sarcastic. Who knows, man? But let's get this precept. It's Genesis 47:13. It says, "And there was no bread." So this is the famine, all right, that was going on during the time of Egypt, ancient Egypt. It says, "There was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore, so that in the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by the reason of the famine. And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan for the corn which they bought. And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. And when money failed in the land of Egypt, which is the money is failing now, okay, and this is going to happen again in modern day Egypt, pursuant to Revelations 11:8, the scriptures identifies a certain place on the planet Earth, okay, which is spiritually Egypt. And you look on the back of your dollar bill, you have that all-seeing eye, the pyramid. So that spirit of Egypt is right here in America, okay? Where you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the true biblical Israelites, were put in captivity here, okay? This is where you're serving out your captivity. It says, "And when the money fell in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For thy money faileth." Okay, so the money will fail in Egypt again. Like people say this, like Elder Gabar brought out today, people will say, these prophecies ain't talking about America because it don't say America. All right. We have to be spiritually minded. All right. The spirit has to be dealing with you to be able to understand the scriptures is written in code. Okay. So ancient Egypt already passed away. All right. It's done. But that spirit of Egypt, that place to be, all right, that glorious empire, that spirit is now dwells here in America. Okay. So let's get some more precepts and we're going to close out. I don't want to make this lesson too long. We're going to hit 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. All right. 2nd Esdras 15 and let's start at 10. 2nd Esdras 15 and 10. "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter." Are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans? "I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before." Okay, so that this is not talking about ancient Egypt. Okay, this is a future prophecy. Once again, Revelations 11:8. "And smite Egypt with plagues as before." And one of those plagues was basically the destruction of the money. All right, the money failed in Egypt. So, this is just more basically fuel to the fire. Already depreciating currency. Now here there's another 1.7 trillion check. They're just going to print it off on a printing press, which makes the money less of value. So once again, as we always bring out, it's not that the prices of things are going up, is that your dollar. See, people are bugging out, oh, the prices of things are going up, when really it's just the devaluation of your dollar. Your dollar isn't worth, all right, nothing no more. So it costs more dollars to buy the same products. That's really what it is. All right. So it says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof." Okay. "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment the Most High shall bring upon it." All right. So the foundation, that plague is the missiles those missiles, those nuclear missiles are going to be shot upon this place, man. Pursuing the biblical prophecy, America will be hit by missiles. The fire, all right, that's that punishment. That's that plague that the Lord is going to bring upon it. That last plague, the seventh plague, which is completion. We can close out with that one in Job, the 5th chapter. Let's notice, let's get it real fast. Round about, all right. Job 5 and start at 19. It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Okay? In 6 troubles. Yea, in the 7, there shall no evil touch thee. So the 7, it's completion. Okay? Which will be the nuclear missiles, which will be the last plague. You got your pestilences. Okay? The devaluation of the dollar. All right? That's a plague. The money system. Okay? Because it's no stopping it. It's progressing. All right? Like a virus. Okay? They talking about food shortages. That's a plague. Famine, that's a plague, man. Okay? So all the troubles, the civil unrest, the complete breakdown of this society. Okay? It says, yea, in the 7, which completion. Yea, in the 7, there shall no evil touch. In the 7th is the missiles. And if you're this is speaking to the elect, the chosen, those that will be saved. All right, that's who these words are written to. And the 7 shall no evil touch thee. Why? Because those that are going to be saved are going to get beamed up in what you call UFOs, which are the chariots of Israel. Okay, and they're not going to be touched by that 7th, by none of the plagues. All right, but definitely the 7th plague, they're not going to be touched by it. All right, it says in the famine, he shall redeem thee from death. It's a plague. It says in a war from the and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth. So you're going to have beasts of the earth too, plaguing this place and tearing people in pieces, man. All right? So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to hit this article. Just we're Watchmen, man. I got this from the beloved brother Barack. He sent me this. The water to that brother, the water Yahweh Shemiah Shai. Okay, so get ready for prices. The prices of things to continue to go up. But all this is being done purposely. He's just gonna keep writing these checks. All right, and until this thing just. Inflation until the bubble just pops. Okay, so prices of things are gonna continue to go up. So until next time, giving all praise, Yahweh Shai, say shalom.